Growing up as a village boy from one of the remotest parts of the country, life was difficult, but it was never impossible. I take it as a blessing because I learned what life is to be in a village, and today I am blessed with every opportunities to enjoy what the rest of the developed world is also seeing. Like today, given an opportunity to stand amidst all of you, one of the finest engineering university in Orissa, what a privilege to share a little thought with all of you. That's why I call this talk for the afternoon, Living the Dream and What Beyond. This picture here is a beautiful district headquarters where I am currently serving as a district magistrate. Let me start my story with this. As a 10-year-old boy studying in class 3, I see myself standing as one of the boys. The school took us to do a mass march on 15th August. I knew that the only pair of uniforms that my parents could afford, I know it's going to be soiled up, walking in the rain, doing a parade in the rain. But that is how life goes on. After the parade, I asked the teacher, whom are we saluting? Who is the one who hoisted the flag? The teacher told me back, he is the deputy commissioner of the district, on whose hand lots of things can happen. Lots of changes in our town can come through him. That was the day I decided I wanted to be that person. And believe me, after I got into the service in the year 2017, 15th of August, I was able to take the salutes from the students. Not much have changed. The ground situation remains the same. If you can play a video of this. This was me giving the speech.
Development of our district
So
cannot be confined.
I decided to drench myself in the rain with the students. I stood there in the rain speaking from the core of my heart for about an hour, totally drenched. But it gave me so much of satisfaction. And it has been my commitment that I would like to bring a change, at least in this ground. So by the next 15th August, by the next year 2020 August, I would like to let the kids walk on the dry ground. And I've been reaching out to every possible sources to make sure that this ground is made. And I'm very hopeful it's going to come through. Now, moving on, after committing myself that I want to be an IAS officer, it became my passion to observe the DC's office, to observe the bungalow where the deputy commissioners live. You cannot just walk into the DM's bungalow or DM's office for no reason. I used to wonder what type of food the DM would be eating, what type of things goes on in his office. So one day as a DM, as I was sitting in my office in 2017, this thought came to me. The kids of today must be still dreaming the same thing as I was when I was a kid. So why not I give them an opportunity to come and have dinner with me, to come and see me working in the office. It doesn't take much, at least 2 Fridays in a month. Then I throw out an invitation to all the schools in the districts, inviting 40 students every second and the fourth Friday. I received tremendous applications rather. most of the schools had to do a draw of lots to send the kids. This was the first school which I started with. This was the first dinner I started with the government higher secondary schools. And on the right side, there's this small boy asking me and telling me what dreams he has for the district. This taught me a lot. Rather than them learning from me, I learned a lot. And it reflected so well, so much on how I would have wished when I was a kid I was given this opportunity. And I'm glad I was able to do this for many of the children. I was able to touch more than 400 children's life through this. And it got a huge response from every part of the countries too. Now, for me, becoming an IAS is never an end to my dream. Rather, it is just the beginning of the journey. The background which I grew up with was tough, difficult, but I never took it as a bitter pill. I took it up as a challenge to make lives better. I challenged myself from the experiences that I went through, what could be done being in the service to better the lives of people whom I serve every day. Here on the left side of the picture, you see me walking on foot, so tired. I used to walk as a child from my village to a district headquarters, 2 days on foot, 60 kilometers, not easy. Every vacation, I would visit home. Every sick people are carried on bamboo stretchers. Sometimes, when we're not able to reach a village to spend a night, we sleep over. I remember my dad and I spending a night on just underneath a big rock because we were not able to reach our village. So that is how I grew up with. On the right side, you see a picture of me sharing a plate with some of the walkers. And that is how the village life goes on. And that is why the first focus was on the people's road. When I came as a subdivisional magistrate, I convened a meeting with all the village elders, the village authority, the women's society from the surrounding villages. I asked them, what should we do? One 92-year-old man stood up and challenged me, Sir, I am about to die. I have spent my life walking. Why don't we build a road? That was the first challenge. I said, wow, that's a great plan, but where do we get money? For a resource deficit state like Manipur, you have to get everything from the central government. And to get funding from central government, it takes a long year. I have only 1 year as an SDM before I get my next promotion. Any project from the conception stage to implementation, it takes not less than 3 years. The only choice before me was, should I wait and not do anything? Or should I do something and bring some changes to the people? I chose the latter. I said, Armstrong, you got to do something about it, whatever little you can. I decided to go and check how much saving do I have, how much my family could contribute, including my mom who was getting 5,000 rupees from my dad's pension. We decided to pull in whatever little resources we had. I came back to the villages and asked them, see, I'm willing to contribute this much to start with. How much are you going to contribute? One widow stood up and said, Sir, I'm going to give you 5 baskets of firewood so that your workers doesn't have to go and collect firewood to cook for themselves. The 92-year-old man stood up again and said, I'm going to give you $1,000 because that's my 5-month salary and I get 200 rupees a month as an old age pension from the government. The rest is history, friends. We got a contribution from people from over 25 countries of the world, and we were able to give this road to the people of my area. So, friends, This road construction turns out to be an extremely successful one. It shows that once you have a vision and united by a purpose and a commitment to do, you can go ahead and still get it done, though it looks impossible. I got a call from Facebook headquarters to visit them, but I couldn't make it because I was using social media for a positive purpose. At the time when social media was being used as an abusive mechanism, it was being used as a positive mechanism to get this accomplished. Now, moving forward, this was, on the day of inauguration. That small village had more number of vehicles on the day of inauguration than the number of people in that village. So this family, I would like to put myself in their shoes. I was visiting during my Christmas time this village, and there was this girl coming and speaking quite a fluent English and serving us tea. I asked her, "Oh, what do you do?" After she left, her uncle came up and said, "Sir, she had to leave her studies because both her parents died. Her mom died in 2011 out of malaria. Her father died in October 2012 out of a snake bite. So to take care of the rest of the 6 siblings, she had to give up her studies and come back and take care of the families." Because I also have 7 siblings, I was imagining what would have happened if I were in their shoes. I imagine myself after my graduation from St. Stephen's College in Delhi. I had to start my coaching. I had no money. The deputy commissioner office was approached. My parents ran from pillar to post to find money. We couldn't find. So finally they went to DC's office. DC was kind enough to give me the first installment. That is how I started. And that is how I'm able to make it here. I wanted to give them another chance. We decided to send 2 boys to a residential school in district headquarters, another 2 of the sisters into another residential schools. The youngest sister was too young to be sent, so after 3 years, we took her to stay with my family, and they're doing extremely well. And I'm proud to say that all the children are doing extremely well. The eldest sister, I appointed her as a head cook in a residential school, and in this coming February, she's gonna give her class 10 exam. Well, let me skip some. So, as a village kid, I remember we did not have even a football to kick. After school, we would be collecting plastic racks to sew together to kick as a ball. What I did last year as a sports director, I put myself in the shoes of the village kids. I said, why not give them an opportunity? I sat down together with one of the philanthropist organization working, the Tata Trust in my area. I called them, said, why don't we set up a football schools? They came with this brilliant idea. We shared, they were able to invest money. We set up 30 grassroots football schools. And now you'll be happy to see this. Can you just play this video? These are the kids getting all the best of the football kids in one of the remotest villages. And we have set up 30 of them. Each school has 50 boys, including the girls, and they are getting the best of facilities. I don't want to end with just being an opportunity being given in the village. If they're talented, I told them we have to go farther. And look what we did. Next. So I myself visited Madrid. I contacted this Atletico de Madrid football club. We entered into an agreement at zero cost to the government, all paid by Tata Trust. You will not believe, 5 of my boys are being trained. They'll be trained for the next 5 years to become the next Ronaldo or Messi. So, friends, I have been given so much of opportunities in life which I would not have been able to even imagine. When the World Economic Forum declared the list of young global leaders, under the age of 40. They selected only 100 every year, the top 100 most brilliant and influential young people. I made it to the list. And here at the World Economic Forum in Davos, I was hosted by Sheryl Sandberg herself. And it was quoted brilliantly by Business Standard the next day. So it was the Sheryl Sandberg, the CEO of Facebook, playing host to me at Davos. Well, I have been blessed. Oh, never mind the height difference between Amitabh Bachchan and I, because on the right side you have Alibaba founder Jack Ma, who is a little shorter than me. So I've been given so much of privileges and opportunities. And to all the young people, it is my commitment that I would like to continue giving my best in whichever position that the government placed me. Wherever I am, I want to continue to be a positive impact to the people around me. So my motto in life has been this: be all you can be and enable others.